The journey of motherhood is a very different experience for each and every mother. While amazement and complications aren't a rare occurrence during pregnancy, some mothers have an immensely uncommon birth compared to most. What would you say to men getting pregnant? Would you say it's true? Or even stranger still, the woman who delivered her own grandchildren? From the superwoman called Dr. Mom to the woman who got pregnant in spite of having breast surgery. These cases of motherhood are incredibly extraordinary. And today we'll take a look at top 10 most unusual moms you won't believe actually exist. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notification every day for more amazing content. Lorraine, morbidly obese. A morbidly obese woman has miraculously fallen pregnant again despite having her fallopian tubes tied 6 years ago. Lorraine, from New York, decided to keep her baby despite having a BMI of over 70, meaning that she could have serious complications with the birth. The mum of two admits she's always had issues with her weight. She told, "I have always been on the larger side, since maybe 2nd grade. But fortunately, she has a supportive husband, who Lorraine says, loves her for her." But despite being in a loving relationship, the pair hadn't planned for a third child. But despite having the surgical procedure to prevent her from falling pregnant, Lorraine noticed something was wrong with her body. Elizabeth Croysdale. A disabled British woman has become one of only a handful in the world to use a surrogate to have the child she dreamed of. Elizabeth Croysdale was born with rare Larsen syndrome, a 1 in a million congenital disorder affecting the joints and connective tissues, meaning they are permanently dislocated. At just 3 feet 7 inches, the height of an average 4-year-old, she needs help getting in and out of any car except her own, which is especially adapted, and someone to hold her hand when she walks outside, so she doesn't fall over now. As she cuddles her 5-month-old daughter Alice, she's determined to be the best mother and role model that she can possibly be. Elizabeth and husband Richard from Leicestershire forged a 3-month friendship with first-time surrogate, single mum Kaz Evans, before she agreed to help them create their family. A 13-week scan revealed they were having a little girl. Thomas Beattie. He shocked the world when he was pictured clutching his baby bump 4 years ago. Thomas Beattie went on to become the first man in the world to give birth, and then produced a further 2 children. Sadly for the 38-year-old, his marriage to the mother of his 3 children broke down. But after finding new love, Thomas reveals he wants more kids. This time Thomas, who had a sex change 15 years ago, but kept his womb, hopes it won't be him carrying the baby. But if Amber struggles to get pregnant, he's more than happy to do it all again himself. If all goes to plan, and Amber does get pregnant, the couple plan to use the same sperm donor Thomas used for his existing children, a 6-foot blonde Lithuanian who has a black belt in Taekwondo. Amid global controversy, he did so, and in 2008 gave birth to baby Susan. Beattie, who travels the world giving motivational speeches about his experiences as the world's first pregnant man, has already done the birds and bees chat with his children. Pamela Blinco and Bryson Blinco. A Texas mother and daughter have gone under the knife together to repair some trouble spots they say exercise can't fix. Pamela Blinco and her 19-year-old daughter Bryson both say they had fat they couldn't get rid of, and the teenager said she's had difficulty breathing since breaking her nose while playing softball. In addition, Pamela said she wanted fuller breasts. The ladies consulted with cosmetic surgeon Dr. Thomas at the Plastic and Cosmetic Center in South Texas. The doctor went over the procedures for liposuction with both of the women, and marked Bryson's nose for a rhinoplasty, and outlined Pamela's breast implant procedure. After hearing about the breast augmentation, Bryson asked her mother if she could have hers done too. After the surgeries, Pamela was wheeled into recovery and Bryson was next. Dr. Thomas then gave the teenager a touch of liposuction and ab sculpting. Like her mom, Bryson's surgery was live streamed as well. Charlotte Maddox. A Texas mother and daughter have gone under the knife together to repair some trouble spots they say exercise can't fix. Pamela Blinco and her 19-year-old daughter Bryson both say they had fat they couldn't get rid of, and the teenager said she's had difficulty breathing since breaking her nose while playing softball. In addition, Pamela said she wanted fuller breasts. The ladies consulted with cosmetic surgeon Dr. Thomas at the Plastic and Cosmetic Center in South Texas. The doctor went over the procedures for liposuction with both of the women and marked Bryson's nose for a rhinoplasty and outlined Pamela's breast implant procedure. After hearing about the breast augmentation, Bryson asked her mother if she could have hers done too. After the surgeries, Pamela was wheeled into recovery and Bryson was next. Dr. Thomas then gave the teenager a touch of liposuction and ab sculpting. Like her mom, Bryson's surgery was live streamed as well. Sylvia, who eats rocks. She, star of the series My Extraordinary Pregnancy, suffers from pica syndrome, where the sufferer is addicted to eating substances such as dirt, paint or rocks. Sylvia spends a fair amount of time out of her day finding and eating rocks, knowing it could be harming her baby. But the syndrome means she can't help it. But one unlucky woman from New York had a craving for something rather unusual and potentially very damaging: rocks. Dr. Robert K. Silverman, Sylvia's obstetrician, explains, pica is just eating any substance that is not food. It can be as simple as something like ice, or it could be as complicated as eating nails. Sylvia is seen hiding her tiny rocks around the house, behind lamps and behind the curtains, or even in a teacup in the kitchen. When he decides to throw some of her rocks away, Sylvia reveals that it makes her feel anxious and stressed. After having stomach pains, thankfully when the tiny tot is born he's completely healthy. The couple are thrilled with their bouncing baby. Bobby McCoy, septuplets mom. Bobby McCoy, mother of the only surviving septuplets, described her journey from sheer terror upon hearing she was carrying 7 fetuses, to immense relief when she heard one of her children cry upon entering the world. Dr. Catherine Hauser, after an ultrasound scan, that she was carrying 7 fetuses. Kenny and Bobby McCoy in the hospital just after the babies were born in 1997. Since then, Millie has followed the family from high chairs to high school. The babies were the world's first set of 7 babies to survive. Kenny Jr., Alexis, Natalie, Kelsey, Nathan, Brandon and Joel ranged from £2.50 to £3.40 when they were born. Brandon will be the first to leave home. He has enlisted into the army. The McCoy septuplets are celebrate their 22th birthday. The children all give credit to their parents and strong faith for growing up as normal as possible, and for being so close. Tiffany DiDonato. A pregnant mother with a rare form of dwarfism has revealed the physical challenges of raising her 3-year-old son, who is more than half her size, while preparing for the arrival of her second child. Tiffany DiDonato, from North Carolina, was born with dystrophic dysplasia and underwent numerous limb lengthening surgeries as a child, so she would grow to be 4 foot 10 inches tall. But even harder than keeping up as a new mom of 2, DiDonato told People, "Many moms need help, it's just admitting it. And that's probably a bigger struggle than having 2 kids." With sons Titan and Tristan, 3 weeks, DiDonato says she's learning to cherish the help she gets when husband Eric, a Marine Staff Sergeant, is at work for long hours. DiDonato said, "Moms come in every shape and size. There is not stereotypical mom and there shouldn't be. A good mom does it on her own, but a great mom knows her limits." Nadia Suleman. Nadia Suleman, known to the world as Octomom, has given fans a rare glimpse into life with her family after sharing a snap of her 8 youngest celebrating their 11th birthday. Nadia posted a photo of her 8 children seated together as they eagerly awaited for the festivities to begin. The colorful portrait also included touching caption from the Californian-based 44-year-old, who gave birth to the 8 children following IVF treatment in 2009, which she began in 1997 at 21 years old. The busy mother of 14 also has 4 other sons and 2 daughters that range in ages from 14 to 19. As a single parent, she is raising all 14 children on her own, including her 14-year-old son Aiden, who is severely autistic. Public response was largely negative at the time her octuplet pregnancy was announced. In order to make ends meet, Nadia went on to work a variety of jobs after she was propelled into the public eye. Heidi Laulin. Heidi Laulin discovered she had a rare and aggressive form of breast cancer after falling pregnant with her 3rd child. She was offered an abortion by doctors, who told her she should start life-saving treatment immediately, which would have been harmful to her unborn baby. Instead, putting her own life at risk, Mrs. Loudon delayed the chemotherapy and opted for a less effective treatment which would not harm her little girl. Tragically, her baby daughter Ally Louise Smith, who weighed just 2 lb 5 ounces, passed away just 8 days later. Writing on her blog after Ally's birth, the mother of 3 said she was absolutely thrilled to announce the baby had been born safely. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Also don't forget to subscribe to always be in the top 10 videos world.